Hi, it's you and Ellery here making bonsai in Australia, and in this video I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing to turn my new Juniperus Horizontalis into a bonsai. Now, I do make a lot of other videos such as this in my channel, so if you're into this kind of a content, please like the video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular you'd like me to cover in my next videos. Okay, so this is just a standard juniper that I picked up from my local Bunnings. There were quite a range of them there. I haven't really selected it from any particular reason. Just pulled one out of the bottom, but given that it is a Juniperus Horizontalis, you can see there's quite a bit of structure, and there's quite a bit of just natural curve in the trunk there, so I'm sure there's quite a bit that I'll work with. But the first thing that I'm going to do is just pull it out of its pot, and then start to rake away the roots just to see what kind of nabari I'm working with. Alright, so it's definitely not root bound, so I'm not I'm not repotting it for health purposes, and it's got this I'm not 100% sure what this gunky green stuff is called, but really don't like it. So just start pulling away this topsoil. There's a few fine roots here, but it seems like the trunk really goes down. The main part of the trunk really goes down quite a far way under the soil. It'll be interesting to see where we come across the thick roots, if there are any. Right, so I'm just going to wash away the soil from the roots, just so I can see what I'm working with. Okay, so here's the root structure that we're working with, and as you can see, it's got a few new roots starting to come out, so it seems like I'm repotting it at the right time. But there's a lot of there's like some small roots which are coming out. Not sure how well you can see that, but there's a lot of roots which are really starting to come out kind of higher up in the trunk, but not all at the same spot. So I'm just going to start pruning off some of those, just so we can use that as a bit of the starting trunk structure, and just to get a consistent root base lower down. Alright, so I don't really have any solid, it's all just a mat of really fine roots at the moment, so I'm just going to really kind of keep it at that root pane for now, I'll just let some of those roots develop, but I will just try and get a bit of a flatter root structure going. So just prune off a lot of this. Cool. Alright, so in terms of the trunk, so you can see there the kind of natural natural twist that we've got going in the trunk, so I'll definitely be using that as my primary branch, and possibly even developing it into a little bit of a cascade style later on, but we'll see how it grows. Initially I'll just get rid of some of these smaller branches which are kind of turning a bit brown because they haven't had much sunlight. Looks like we've actually got a bit of budding coming back from the heart. Can't be right because junipers don't normally do that. I guess maybe this one does. Right. So I'm just having a look through it as I go and seeing which of these branches I kind of want to keep. So I'm slowly going up the trunk and just eliminating branches where I don't really want them. Especially where there are kind of too many branches growing out all in the same kind of spot. So you can really see kind of here just how many branches are all coming out of the trunk at the exact same spot, and that's what I really want to try and eliminate, because I really don't want any reverse taper in the trunk as we go up. So I'm just cutting off all of the really little small buds that are coming off. Maybe just pinch those back, just leaving the slightly more established branches that are in those good locations. And especially where I've got the spin around in this trunk, I really don't want branches coming out from the inside of that curve. So I'm just going to remove those as well. Okay, so starting to see a little bit more of the structure here already. Okay, so I've really eliminated a lot of the loose material. There's a lot more space in the branching now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really initially at this point kind of like this as a bit of a front, just because you can see the taper in the main trunk. You can really see the main trunk a lot better. It's a little bit more spacious there with a lot of these branches coming out. So I'll put this in a pot now, and then I'll start doing a little bit more structuring to the branches, putting on some wiring, and then we'll go from there. up. So I'm just aligning the roots just so they fit properly inside the pot. Just really don't want them clumping up. Just want them to be as radial and straight as possible. And it is going to be a bit of an exercise of just figuring out how hardy this tree is, whether or not it will die from such a big root pruning, but I'll keep it in a good location without too much direct sunlight to begin with, just until it's nice and healthy. It's nice and humid here at the moment, quite cool weather, so hopefully it won't struggle too much. But yeah, just really focusing on making sure we've got a really flat nabari, so that as it grows we get thicker and thicker nabari, and eventually we can expose that. So I'm just making sure I've got all of these branches wired before I put it in the pot, so I can then simply just put them into position and just maintaining that 2-branch principle. Great. Okay, so now that I've got wires on most of those branches, I'm just going to put it in the pot. So put my little drainage screen down. Then I'm just going to put in a layer of soil. So this is very well drained soil with a bit of organic mixture and the like in it. I do have another video where I actually made this soil, so I'll put a little link above for you to check that video out if you're keen to make some of your own soil. And I'm just also going to put the tree in the pot a lot deeper than what I will be doing once it's fully established. The reasoning for that is just want a bit of extra soil above those roots, just so that it doesn't dry out fully, especially given the root pruning that I gave it and how kind of severe that was. Just want to make sure that the tree stays nice and healthy. And just making sure that the soil is nice and compact around those roots, just so there's no air pockets that'll again make the roots dry out a lot quicker. Packing the soil in will also make the tree a lot more stable in the pot. Okay. So initially I was going to have that as the front, but I'm starting to wonder whether I should have this as a front and just pull these branches around so that the top I think I've just got too many wires around on the front. I think I'll have this as a temporary front. Branch going out the back. really don't want as many branches it's just looking a little bit messy. I want some of those lower branches to stay there kind of as sacrificial branches for later on, but I really don't need all of them. Actually, I think I'm going to get rid of this top one. Kind of really don't need a secondary kind of main trunk, and if I get rid of this one I can then grow it as a cutting, so I might just do that. And instead of using this bit of wire for that, so there we go, just cut that off. So here we have the start of my new Juniper Bonsai. Oh, starting to fall over a little bit. There we go. So I'll just water that now. Okay, so here's the start of my first Juniper Bonsai. So yeah, as you can see, it's got a little bit of a odd structure to the branch. It's, well, being a creeping juniper or a ground cover juniper, that's kind of natural for this. It is, yeah, just the start of the progression for this branch, just trying to get initially a little bit of nabari in the root structure, and then just the start of the main branch structure developed as well. So as time progresses, I'll slowly develop it more and eliminate some of the lower branches, which are really just there for, well, sacrificial branches for the trunk structure. So look, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like, leave a comment below if there's anything you're interested in me to cover for my future videos, and subscribe if you haven't already. So look, thanks for your time, enjoy your day.